Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a little cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was a curious and adventurous cat who loved to explore the city's streets and alleys. One day, Whiskers decided to venture further than he had ever gone before. As he walked through the city, he came across a park. The park was filled with all kinds of animals: squirrels, rabbits, and even a family of ducks. Whiskers was fascinated by all the different species and couldn't resist making new friends. The squirrels were a little hesitant at first, but Whiskers used his charm to win them over. The rabbits were more welcoming and enjoyed playing games with Whiskers. However, the ducks were a bit more difficult to befriend. They seemed to be afraid of Whiskers, and he couldn't understand why. Whiskers wanted to find out why the ducks were scared of him. He asked the rabbits, who said that the ducks had had bad experiences with cats in the past. Whiskers was determined to prove to the ducks that he was different. He started by leaving small presents for them, such as a piece of string or a ball of yarn. Eventually, the ducks began to trust him and would even allow him to play with their ducklings. As Whiskers spent more time in the park, he started to notice how different his life was compared to the other animals. He had a warm and comfortable home to go back to, while the other animals had to fend for themselves on the streets. Whiskers felt guilty for having a privileged life and wanted to do something to help his friends. He decided to ask the other cats in the city to join him in helping the animals in the park. At first, the other cats were hesitant. They didn't want to give up their comfortable lives for the sake of some animals they didn't even know. However, Whiskers was persistent, and eventually, he convinced a few cats to join him. Together, they started bringing food and water to the animals in the park. They also built small shelters for them so they could have a place to sleep at night. Whiskers was pleased with the progress they had made. However, one day, a group of humans came to the park. They were angry about the shelters the cats had built and threatened to call animal control. Whiskers knew that they had to act fast to save their new friends. He came up with a plan to show the humans that the animals were harmless and that they had a right to live in the park. He asked the squirrels and rabbits to perform a small show for the humans, and the ducks to swim in formation. The humans were amazed by the animals' talent and were touched by their efforts to make a home in the park. They decided to let the animals stay and even helped the cats build better shelters for them. Whiskers felt a sense of pride as he watched his plan come to fruition. He had made new friends, helped those in need, and proved that cats could live in harmony with other species. As the days went by, more and more animals came to live in the park. The cats and humans continued to help them and even started a program to find homes for the animals that could no longer live in the wild. Whiskers had found his true calling in life, to be a friend to all creatures big and small. And he knew that he had made a difference in the world, one paw at a time.